Rusto and Captain Telis. Nurgle versus Lizardmen on the River Amixon. Nurgle taking quite a few DLC units. Tamerkan. Tamerkan. Damn it. That guy. Maggot face. New hero. The Rotflies ROR. Plague drones, whatever. It's a good number of new things. Marauders of Nurgle for our front line. Then we have our hero core. Tamerkan. With Nurgle's favorite son, the Black Cleaver. And then his Bound Maggot ability. Chaos Sorcerer of Nurgle, Fleshy Abundance, Rancid Visitations. Exalted Hero of Nurgle, Butt Naked. And some Chaos Warhounds and some Chaos Knights. We do have the Angels of Decay up in the sky. Barons of the Bog on the ground. And then some Nurglings in the vanguard, with the Festering Stooges actually in the back. You know, aside for the Lizardmen, we have some Fire Kite to deal with the healing of the Nurgle faction, of course. Double Salamander Hunting Packs protected by Feral Cold Ones, Saurus Spears, the Star Chamber Guardians Temple Guard, and then the Court of Twaddle, ROR Croxagors. Well, Sacred Croxagors. Some Skink Skirmishers, more Feral Cold One, Mazda up on Zlak with his Net, Apotheosis, then Ruination of Cities and Banishment. And already we get a Ruination of Cities out right in the middle of the Nurgle army, and very good RNG on that curve. Takes out a whole Marauder, but it's not curved back into the Chaos Knights, so I guess it could have been a little better RNG, but still pretty good. Pretty good. And now Mazda is regretting fighting all these guys alone, starts to back off into his own skinks. But so far a good start here for the Lizardmen. Already a lot of damage onto Marauders and Dogs and such. Festering Stooges even take a little bit of a banishment. Where are the Salamanders? They've fallen back to their secondary positions. Man, they want to shoot the Barons of the Bog. They will do so much damage to the Barons of the Bog, but right now they are firing at the Nurgle Hero Hammer. Don't need to do that. Do need to kill the Barons of the Bog. There they go. Underwhelming first volley. Underwhelming second volley as they're now apparently obstructed, which is a shame. Shame. I'm having issues talking tonight. I think I'm having a slow release stroke. Anyway, the Hero Hammer of Nurgle is now surrounded by the Croxagor ROR and all of the Temple Guard. I don't really think they want to be there. The Barons of the Bog are alone as their Marauders rout away, but the Skinks fighting them also rout, I suppose, but now they're fighting on Saurus Spears and being shot by these fire dinos. Not great. Not ideal. Elsewhere, Feral Cold Ones and Skink cohorts are fighting against the Nurgle front line and losing pretty badly. Nurgle Hero Hammer is also starting to fall back, though, from fighting on Star Chamber Guardians and the Court of Twaddle. Not loving that. Do need to back off. The Salamanders are just getting 0 DPS out. It's actually kind of insane how poorly they're doing. Now they're trying to get better shots here. Really good volley onto the Dogs, with Mazda charging that should tear out them away. Now the Chaos Knights of Nurgle are down to still 3/4 HP, so I guess they're fine. The Death's Heads are here. Angels of Decay. Firing down with those cluster shots into the Court of Twaddle actually does do pretty good damage. The Salamanders plus Mazda are starting to deal good damage onto the Chaos Knights, who are netted in place as Saurus Spears deal with them. All of these Dart Skinks are firing, as are the Fire Dinos. So that's good stuff. Nurgle's down to bounce power, and I would definitely agree. Somehow the Barons of the Bog are still alive, which I am shocked by. But again, mostly disappointed in the Salamanders. Stupid, stupid Salamanders. And those Death's Heads have done incredible work on the Cohort of Twaddle. What is your value at right now? Already 1100. Apotheosis tries to heal these guys up. Star Chamber Guardians just kind of stand around. They do need new attack orders. Salamander Hunting Packs getting chased by the Chaos Knights of Nurgle. Overcasted Fleshy Abundance healing the entire Hero Hammer and the Chaos Knights. Salamanders are occasionally trying to throw some fire their way so that they don't get as much healing out of it, but it looks like it's not going to be enough. So there, the Salamanders trying to finish off the Barons of the Bog. Still, the Angels of Decay, lots of ammo up in the sky, and they're trying to deal with the Court of Twaddle, who are waddling this way. They need some more Apotheosises, and they need them fast, though I imagine Mazda is still on cooldown. Barons of the Bog barely clinging to life, and the Death's Heads move into range of both Salamander Hunting Packs. It looks like they're about to get it. They take a whole bunch of extra damage. Court of Twaddle have not gotten any healing yet, but look at that damage. A net of Anatoch holding them in place. They can't even escape the Salamanders if they wanted to. Court of Twaddle are in. I hope that net wasn't Winds of Magic that could have been used to heal these guys. I hope Mazda has enough for both, to be honest. I mean, it was a great net on the Angels of Decay. I would just hate for the Court of Twaddle to be lost. so early on. You're probably going to need them to deal with these Nurgle lads. Apotheosis on the Star Chamber Guardians, not on the cohort of Waddle? Why? Why is that happening? I don't like that. I don't like that one bit. I didn't like it at all. I wish that wasn't happening is how much I wish that was a thing. We still have one Ruination of Cities left, though I don't think they want to use it here in case it hits the Star Chamber Guardians, which is very understandable. Meanwhile, the Skinks are trying to kite around, and the cohort of Waddle are busy dying to Tarmacon. Because they don't have any healing. It's Tamercon. His name's stupid. His name's stupid. I maintain this. It's a dumb name. Tarmacon is way cooler and easier to say. Tamercon is stupid and dumb. He's dumb. He's dumb. He's dumb. I said it. You don't believe me, but I said it. Nurglings are about to die. Angels of Decay hanging on for now, but not much longer as Apotheosis heals up the Star Chamber Guardians. We're still fighting against the Festering Stooges and Marauders. Meanwhile, these little dart skinks are firing at their backs. Tamercon, I think that's the closest I've gotten so far. Still beating up on the cohort of Waddle. Feral Gold One's trying to get back in the fight. Saurus Spears are also fighting with Tamercon. Angels of Decay are on the ground. Can they be finished off? Nurgle's ahead on the balance of power, and I would kind of agree at this point. The Lizardmen are running out of gas quite quickly. Mazda does dive into the Festering Stooges. Still has that Ruination of Cities, which I know there's no like good options for casting it, but you might want to just cast it. Another Apotheosis on the Star Chamber Guardians, really betting it all on those guys carrying the game here. Angels of Decay down to 2 models and 300 HP as the Dart Skinks try and kite away. It will keep shooting at these guys until they Demonic Instability crumble, which will be now. Goodbye, Angels. Hello, Lizardmen. So the Hero Hammer of Nurgle is doing fine. Mazda's fine. Star Chamber Guardians are half HP. Still have some Saurus around. Nurgle is pretty much down to just the Hero Hammer. Tamercon's coming to say hello. Long tongue hanging out, almost touching the floor because he's gross. Star Chamber Guardians want to desperately finish off these Festering Stooges. They don't have to deal with them anymore. Both of them healing quite a lot. Apotheosis on one side, Festering Stooges natural regen on the other. Cohort of Waddle are in combat with something. It looks like Chaos Warhounds, and they might just rout. If they do in front of the dogs, then they'll get walked off the map. Speaking of getting walked off, Mazda's trying to waddle his way away from a bad time, but that's not how this works, my friend. Apotheosis seals him up for a little bit. But the Maggot Ogre is here to play. And that is an Overcasted Fleshy Abundance to heal up Tamercon even more. Also help out the Sorcerer and the Exalted Hero, and even the Chaos Knights once again getting in that Fleshy Abundance Overcast, though at this, like last time they got into one, they're also routing during it. Dogs do chase off the Cohort of Waddle, so those guys are doomed. Mazda continues to waddle on, maybe back to his Star Chamber Guardians, though the Exalted Flag Bearers are still doing a lot of damage to those guys. Looks like we're getting a rear charge in of Feral Cold Ones. We really want to kill the Festering Stooges and get rid of them. The Star Chamber Guardians are free at last, In comes Mazda, Apotheosis healing him up. Big ol' charge damage onto the Festering Stooges. We still have one Ruination of Cities from Mazda. Might want to chuck it down here. Might get some good damage onto the Marauders and stuff at the cost of some Skinks who are already almost routing. There it is. Does he get good curve? Yes. Yes. And yes. Oh my god, that was the best curve he could have hoped for. Sure, he hit his own Skinks, but who cares? He just shattered off a Marauder. Festering Stooge is very, very low, but a Fecundity going to try and help heal them up as Tamercon is once again after Mazda, who is once again running through the Temple Guard. Try and get away from these guys again. Chaos Knights very, very low. Saurus Spears trying to rejoin the fight as the Chaos Knights fight Feral Cold Ones, but the Chaos Knights high melee defense. 58 melee defense. We'll keep them safe from most of what the Feral Cold Ones have to do. Mazda, on the other hand, does get a big old charge, and he has better melee attack stats than the Feral Cold Ones do. So he's getting through these guys, routing them for the third and final time. They will shatter. Goodbye, Chaos Knights. 7,000 HP left on the Maggot Lord. Mazda's down below 7,000 himself. The Festering Stooge is barely alive still. Now we get a net of Amnitox so that Mazda, when he can get to safety, starts his charge bonus to just get a little bit more speed. Goes flying into the Festering Stooges. And now surrounded by Saurus Spears. Another apotheosis for the Star Chamber Guardians. The Festering Stooge is still alive. Demonic Instability Crumbling was trying to take them, but it was not quite powerful enough. Lizardmen are down to bounce power, though I'm not so sure. If it gets down to just the single entities fighting on top of 2 units of elite Saurus Spears, that is going to be really brutal. One of the Saurus Spears being Star Chamber Guardian, of course. It's a halberd, but you get my point. Nurgle is nearing their heal caps, both on the Maggot Lord himself, then the Chaos Sorcerer of Nurgle, feeling the burn. And these Festering Stooges will not die. Oh my word. Saurus and Star Chamber Guardian still trying to fight it out as the Festering Stooges don't give up, they don't give in, and actually terror route in for the Saurus Spears. I guess the Festering Stooges cause terror, I didn't know that. Cold-blooded gives them more leadership, so that terror route will not be a real route, it is just terror. They'll be back, they have plenty of leadership. They'll be fine. Mazda's about to terror out the Marauders. However, Festering Stooges still holding strong. Star Chamber Guardian still holding strong. Swinging their magical halberds into some of the Nurgle heroes. There! The Festering Stooges finally start Demonic Stability Crumbling. Leaving the Maggot Lord to fight all of these Saurus alone. Mazda just has to hang out with them, honestly. That's all you gotta do. Mazda's back in the lads. Shield the Old Ones is out. Black Cleaver is popped, giving Tamarkon better melee stats. And Mazda is going to try and keep him in halberds for now. Ooh, but he has Feasted the Maggot Lord. Damn, that's going to be tough. It's going to be tough for him to ever get away from him. I guess maybe if he gets him nice and low, he could cast a net from Mazda Mundi and just book it. Maybe. Nurgle's favorite son, more melee defense, more damage resistance as he gets kited through a whole bunch of spears. He's taking pokes. Exalted Hero Nurgle is back from chasing Saurus Spears around. Something is happening to our friend Mazda. He's getting overcasted Rancid Visitations, so there will be no more Fleshy Abundances. There's no way he has Winds Magic for that. And that Rancid Visitation is doing a lot of damage. It was a very good cast, but also speaking of a lot of damage, Tamarkon's like dying horribly to all of these halberds that are beating his ass. Even with the Nurgle's favorite son or whatever, he's still getting trash canned right now. Look at that. Look at that. 500 damage. There's another 400 damage gone. There's some Feral Cold Ones trying to rally. Mazda's just getting as far away from the Maggot Lord as possible, because he does not want that feast to proc anywhere near him. 12 minutes into the game, still going. Mazda shatters off these Marauders of Nurgle. Still have 2 very healthy spears. It looks like the Exalted Hero is going to take a fight. Mazda had no choice but to just fight it. He might as well get his charge bonus. Maybe he can even terror out this guy, but he does take an axe to the face. Mazda looks like he's going to take another hit, trying to get that terror out in before he himself routes. He does have Saurus Spear support nearby. On the other side, the Maggot Lord's down to 1k HP and falling. And the Lizardmen are starting to look favored. Chaos Sorcerer of Nurgle staying very far away, making sure the Saurus Warriors don't come back. Tamarkon's down to 600 HP. Exalted Hero of Nurgle is stuck in these Saurus Spears for now. Will get poked down. Getting worked on, getting slapped. Curse of the Slug slowing down the Star Chamber Guardian so Tamarkon can get over here. With 200 HP, he really wants to get close to Mazda for when he dies, so they can get that feast off. Not that he needs the healing, he's already heal cap, he just wants to do the damage to Mazda right now. Walks next to some Saurus. He's very, very low. 41 speed to Mazda's 45. Mazda should be able to outpace him, but it doesn't look that way. It looks like... Okay, well, Mazda turned inwards and now gave Tamarkon the charge bonus. Shield the Old Ones is out. Mazda takes a rear charge from the Exalted Hero, and he is going to try and kite his way through all of the spears. I imagine Tamarkon's going to suicide. He wants to run straight into the spears right now. He just wants to die while Mazda's still in range. So there he goes. Mazda is still in range. There's the feast. It hits him, and Mazda dies. Now without him, leadership spike does come down. The Saurus Spears look like they're about to route. 0 leadership for them. They'll route any second now. And Tamarkon did not get any healing from his Feast of the Maggot Lord because, you know, heal cap. 100 HP on him before he dies, and then Nurgle is going to have some leadership issues of their own. I mean, they have a Chaos Sorcerer with no spells, an Exalted Hero, and Tamerkan fighting on top of the Star Chamber Guardians. That's going to be some brutal stuff. They are chasing off the Sora Spears. They're trying to buy a little bit more time. And I might have to fast forward here, as this is perfectly legal to chase off a Saurus Warrior. It's actually pretty smart. You don't want them coming back behind you while you fight Temple Guard. Wait for Tamerkan's abilities to come back. We're 15 minutes into this. Star Chamber Guardians kind of lumber along, waiting for Nurgle to get done with their friends. And it is 3 versus 55. 46 is the actual value, so that's the Saurus Warriors are down to 6 models. There they go. They've shattered. Now you'll see the Nurgle heroes turn back towards this. It looks like they're going to go for a full surround. Star Chamber Guardians are not unbreakable because their lord is dead. So they are actually vulnerable. They don't cause fear either. So they do suffer the leadership debuff cause fear. 3-point surround from Nurgle. Going to go in for one last charge. In comes the Maggot Lord. Charges in, takes a whole bunch of damage. He's going to die any second now. The Black Cleaver is out, buffing up his troops before he goes down. Nurgle's favorite son, 6 HP left on him. He does die. Star Chamber Guardians still have 31 leadership. They're chilling. They're completely fine. Because the Black Cleaver buff is nice, but doesn't help their defense any. And the Star Chamber Guardians are going to eat through these guys. Because right now they're kind of derping around at being stupid. They do need to focus up real fast. Looks like they're starting to come in now for the Chaos Sorcerer of Nurgle. They're not dealing with the Exalted Hero just yet. Star Chamber Guardians down to 10 leadership, back up to 15, but it's kind of spiking all over the place. 6 for the Sorcerer, 15 for the Exalted Hero, 15 for these guys. Sorcerer routes, nearby allies routing is burdening the Exalted Hero with the knowledge, then he's going to route. The Star Chamber Guardians will hold on. Captain Tealis with the win. Star Chamber Guardians with 4,000 value. 4,000 value for them. Very nice stuff for the Skink Skirmishers and Mazda as well. For Rusto, it was a great game. Tamerkan did great. Hero Core also did amazing. Festering Stooges and the Death's Heads did great work. Stop saying great! You stop saying great. It was great. They deserved it. Alright, goodbye. Roar.
Subscribe, yes.